Hello, my name is Sandro Sebastian, and I'm the head of the publishing company Boys Bleed. We publish mostly fiction of a young adult fashion, short novel between 30 and 40-ish pages. I don't feel the need to keep you here all day. The name of the company, of course, is derived from my self-published title, Boys Bleed. A fantasy adventure novel with illustrations done by me, Sandro Sebastian, as all the company's titles are. Let's see if we can blend a comic book action-adventure feel with a more classical artistic style, and all of the while including the charm of a former Victorian 19th century novel feel that words had before everyone was writing a book just to get a movie deal. All of this is the mission of the Boys Bleed Publishing Company. Now let's take a look at this video and see what's going on in my world this week. I took a long drive this weekend from Los Angeles to San Diego, delivered a painting to an art exhibition. The gallery hosting the show was part of a community arts center with workshops and classes going on. I decided to walk around the facility after dropping off my painting. Check it out. Around back, I eyeballed this janitor cleaning up a mess on the pavement. The color looked like blood. He took one look at me and said, "Suppose you keep walking, forget what you saw." For the 4-hour round trip, I brought along an audiobook version of Dashiell Hammett's The Thin Man. Nick, the detective, and Nora, his wife, have a relationship that only this author can describe without describing. Nick is hired to investigate the murder of a man's mistress, the chief suspect being the man himself. The suspect's daughter, ironically, is the client, named Dorothy. The Thin Man, by Dashiell Hammett. Nora could not sleep that night. She read Chaliapan's memoirs until I began to doze and then woke me up by asking, "Are you asleep?" I said I was. She lit a cigarette for me, one for herself. "Don't you ever think you'd like to go back to detecting once in a while, just for the fun of it? You know, when something special comes up?" "Like the Darling," I said. "My guess is that Wynant killed her, and the police will catch him without my help. Anyway, it's nothing in my life. I didn't mean just that, but besides, I haven't the time. I'm too busy trying to see that you don't lose any of the money I married you for." I kissed her. "Don't you think maybe a drink would help you to sleep?" "No, thanks." "Maybe it would if I took one." When I brought my scotch and soda back to bed, she was frowning into space. I said, "She's cute, but she's cuckoo. She wouldn't be his daughter if she wasn't. You can't tell how much of what she says is what she thinks, and you can't tell how much of what she thinks ever really happened. I like her, but I think you're letting—" "I'm not sure I like her," Nora said thoughtfully. "She's probably a little bastard, but if a quarter of what she told us is true, she's in a tough spot. There's nothing I can do to help her. She thinks you can, and so do you, which shows that no matter what you think, you can always get somebody else to go along with you." Nora sighed. "I wish you were sober enough to talk to." She leaned over to take a sip of my drink. "I'll give you your Christmas present now if you give me mine." I shook my head. "At breakfast." "But it's Christmas now." "Breakfast." "Whatever you're giving me," she said, "I hope I don't like it." "You'll have to keep them anyway, because the man at the aquarium said he positively wouldn't take them back. He said they'd already bitten off the tails of the—" "It wouldn't hurt you any to find out if you can help her, would it? She's got so much confidence in you, Nicky." "Everybody trusts Greeks." "Please, you just want to poke your nose into things that I meant to ask you. Did his wife know the wolf girl was his mistress?" "I don't know. She didn't like her." "What's the wife like?" "I don't know. A woman. Good looking?" "Used to be very." "She old?" 40, 42. "Cut it out, Nora. You don't want any part of it. Let the Charleses stick to the Charleses' troubles and the Wynants stick to the Wynants." She pouted. "Maybe that drink would help me." I got out of bed and mixed her a drink. As I brought it into the bedroom, the telephone began to ring. I looked at my watch on the table. It was nearly 5 o'clock. Nora was talking into the telephone. "Hello? Yes, speaking." She looked sidewise at me. I shook my head no. "Yes? Why? Certainly. Yes, certainly." She put the telephone down and grinned at me. "You're wonderful," I said. "Now what?" "Dorothy's coming up. I think she's tight." That's great. I picked up my bathrobe. I was afraid I was going to have to go to sleep. She was bending over looking for her slippers. Don't be such an old fuff. You can sleep all day. She found her slippers and stood up in them. Is she really as afraid of her mother as she says? If she's got any sense. Mimi's poison. Nora screwed up her dark eyes at me and asked slowly, What are you holding out on me? Oh dear, I said. I was hoping I wouldn't have to tell you. Dorothy is really my daughter. I didn't know what I was doing, Nora. It was spring in Venice and I was so young, and there was a moon over the... Be funny. Don't you want something to eat? If you do, what do you want? Raw chopped beef sandwich with a lot of onion and some coffee. Dorothy arrived while I was telephoning an all-night delicatessen. When I went into the living room, she stood up with some difficulty and said, I'm awfully sorry, Nick, to keep bothering you and Nora like this, but I can't go home this way tonight. I can't. I'm afraid to. I don't know what had happened to me, what I'd do. Please don't make me. She was very drunk. Wait a minute, was that a 20th century novel, Sandro Sebastian? I thought you were all about those 19th century novels, all Victorian era and stuff. Well, you don't know me. I mean, I got a little bit of a wild side. I know how to cut loose every now and then, yeah. 20th century, let's get crazy. Because after all, you have to relate to the young people of today. That's the key right there. All of the Boys Bleed titles are available on Amazon, searchable under the name Sandro Sebastian as author. Follow the link provided for a trailer describing the Boys Bleed YouTube channel, full episodes of literary analysis and readings.